Because they didn't bathe as much in Europe.
Yeah, and they brought that down. That's, there's something sometimes Americans who've never been to the state of Israel don't know this. But I'm going to say that the state of Israel culture is more European and Arab than American.
Yeah.
Even the electronics is not the same as American.
Yeah,
I mean, there's very little to do with America when you get there. It's like say goodbye to American, things you're normally used to. And one of those things is like, I want to take my bath. I want to take my shower every day, right? Good luck, because they don't have hot water. There's no hot water during the winter. During the winter, there's no hot water, so you get like 1 day a week you can have a shower. That's it.
Yeah.
And then like during the 9 days, like people don't even take that shower. It's like they go 9 days without. Oh God, it stinks. Go ahead.
And also, you can get into a lot of trouble taking a bath because you can often find women in that bath who want to suck on you.
That's only in Australia.
Oh yeah, that's mainly just in
That's in Australia.
But it's very dangerous. Hey, do you think that homosexuals can be reprogrammed to, away from their deviant tendencies to reparative therapy?
No. And first of all, there's really no such thing as homosexuals. We talked about this. Torah says that all Jews are inherently bi. Yeah. And we talked about this before. Yeah. And some people are born with a huge propensity. We all have a little bit of each drive, and some have a huge for the same gender. There's nothing you're going to do that's going to take that person, turn off their desire for that gender, and suddenly replace it with the other. You're not going to do it.
No.
So what you got to do is you got to find other outlets for their energy, and that's not easy. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're somebody who's got like 100% attraction for the same gender and no attraction for the other gender, you're fucked. Judaism is not going to work for you. It's just going to stink, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it or water it down, okay?
Right.
As other people do.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now,
right,
before you step into this and before you want to do Frumkeit, think about it, because you're going to be spending the rest of your life most likely single, celibate, frustrated, lonely in a religion that's designed for married people. I'm going to give it to you straight. There's nobody else in this religion who's going to tell you this, and I'm telling you this, and listen to me. This may not be the best decision for you. And the reason why I know this is because I'm in a similar boat.
Right.
I'm in a similar boat.
You're a gay man with
No. I'm going to explain how they're the same.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm very attracted to the opposite sex, or the opposite gender.
Yeah.
Right? Very little attraction for the same gender, but I'm never going to be married. Because I'm only open to certain women who basically don't exist. I'm looking for a unicorn, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a frum unicorn in the bath. And it doesn't exist. Without going into my whole thing. So basically, I'm never going to be married, and I'm forced to be Shomer Negiah, single, celibate, frustrated, lonely, in a religion designed for married people the rest of my life. I've done this for 50 years. It sucks. I'm looking down the barrel of another 50 years of it, and it sucks. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. And in many, many ways, I wish that when I was, let's say, 18 to 21, just said, fuck it, and just, screwed some chickses or something,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you did, didn't you, 18 to 21?
No.
You didn't?
No. I never said that to you.
What about before 18?
I'm not saying anything. First of all, if I did, I wouldn't admit to it.
Okay.
And you can't say that to somebody.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what am I saying? What am I saying? I forgot what I'm at. So there's no difference between somebody who's like a man who wants another man and a man who wants another woman who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A single is single, and you're frustrated, and there's nothing you can do with your, And I'm telling you, I'm in the same boat as these people, right? Yeah. And I know what it's like, and I'm warning. If somebody was in my position, this is not something that you just dive into. And like the other, the Kiruv organizations, like Chabad and Aish and NCSY, they're never going to tell you these things because they want you to come in, they want you to join the party, and they don't filter for your real problems because, what I'm saying is, we don't need numbers. It's quality, not quantity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
before a person steps into something that's this all-encompassing and this intense, do the homework, do the paperwork, and really decide, is this for you. You know, I believe in full disclosure. Like, you know, when you buy a house, they tell you everything.
Right.
Well, wouldn't you want to know what you're going to be doing for the next, you know, the rest of your life? What it's going to look like? And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to look pretty, because Torah says it's not good for man to be alone. And Torah is correct. And it sucks to be alone. And trying to do Judaism alone is especially hard, because every single mitzvah, every single holiday, and Shabbos, and all these things is designed for married people. If you're not married, it sucks.
Now, I want to challenge you here, because
Yes,
kind of the foundation of what you're saying, I think, is kind of an American preoccupation with personal happiness. And you talk about, you know, you should think twice before trying on Judaism. I think Judaism is more of an obligation upon Jews, so whether or not it works for you and whether or not it makes you happy, I believe that as Jews we have every incentive to try to get other Jews to follow the Torah, whether or not it makes them happy.
No, I disagree with that. Okay,
Great.
I agree to everything that you had said up until the very end.
Yeah.
I believe that, you know, Torah was given to us, and it is our responsibility to fulfill it ourselves.
Yeah.
I absolutely believe that. You know,
Whether or not it makes us happy.
right. But that's an individual thing between you and God. That is nobody else's business except you and God. That's not for me to start pushing my belief system onto you. I don't say, you know, hey, I'm from, you should become from. That's not my style at all. Why not?
Yeah.
Because Torah is something that you find on your own. It's something that you move towards, on your own. It's a relationship that the individual has with God, with Torah. That's how they get close to Torah. That's what they do. It's not something pushed upon them in some sort of, you know, Christian proselytizing sort of way, where, you know, I do this and you need to do it too.
Didn't God make a covenant, a brit, at Mount Sinai with not just the Jews gathered there, but all Jews throughout history? I mean, God made a covenant with the Jews.
Right. What does that got to do? What does that have to do with you feeling the need to push your stuff onto me?
Well, God made a covenant with all Jews, so if you're not observing the Torah, I have a duty to bring you close. God made a covenant with all Jews.
Right.
So when I encounter Jews who aren't living up to the covenant, I have a duty to try to bring them close to the covenant.
Who said so?
Hashem.
Who said so?
He said, here are the laws that I'm giving to you.
You have not answered my question at all. All you just keep saying is, I have given the laws to you, right? You just answered why you have to do it, right? You've come to the conclusion that God's given me these laws, which is the correct conclusion, by the way, and you're correctly saying, therefore I need to do them. But you haven't given me anything that tells me that you have to now tell me to do them. It's not a covenant between me and you.
It's a covenant between God and the Jewish people.
Right, and I'm one of those Jewish people. But it's not for you to start coming on and telling me what to do. This is one of my many problems with Kiruv today. Mm-hmm. This is one of my many problems with Kiruv today. I have a lot of problems with the Kiruv movement, and it's not just one group. I say 90% of them are problematic.
Right.
And you know who my Rav was?
Victor Miller.
Rav Victor Miller. And what did he do? He never went out, you know, sugarcoating and trying to bring everybody in.
Yeah.
He didn't do that. What did he do?
He just stood up and told them like it was.
He just stood up in his room, you know, stood up in his shul. Yeah. Maybe people are going to come, maybe they're not going to come, you know. And he said, record what I have to say, we'll put it out there, and, you know, people will find it.
Yeah.
You know, put it out there and people will come. And that's what he did. And he brought a lot of Jews. He brought more Jews into actual Yiddishkeit than any person alive in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. And he didn't go out telling Jews how they have to be. You know what I mean? He didn't go to the street corner and say, hey, you! Put on tefillin!
When you come to my home for Shabbos.
Come my home for Shabbos. He never did that. You know? He just spit it out, you know? He said a lot of things a lot of people didn't want to hear. But that's okay. That's because a lot of Torah people don't want to hear. There's a lot of Torah.
Isn't it enough to have a relationship with God? If you've got a relationship with God and you've got Torah, and you've got mitzvahs, I mean, what need do you have for sexual expression?
That's